All right. Welcome back
to OGs.
OGs, a podcast with me, Meredith Hopping.
And me, Kelsey Quinlan.
I'm really
Don't
Kelsey.
adjust your television set.
Yeah, you're seeing things correctly. We've switched bodies. We pulled a Freaky Friday.
Yeah, that would be so weird.
Oh, I don't know what I would do with all that height.
I'd panic.
You'd be like, like, I can't reach anything. Oh, no.
I would not like it. I guess that's one way to encourage self-body positivity is imagine if you were all of a sudden Freaky Friday'd into someone's body. And you realize how much you appreciate your body.
I'd probably run into things a lot with my head. It'd be like a newborn baby giraffe learning to walk.
Which is just my
moniker
state at all times.
Meredith is a giraffe and I'm a meerkat. It's funny because they both go like this.
They both do, but I'm going to start my giraffe neck.
Your giraffe neck.
So
welcome back, episode 3.
Welcome back, episode 3. When this episode is released, we will all have experienced Valentine's Day.
AKA the day Ali Wong's special is coming out. So make sure to watch this first and then go watch hers.
You're welcome,
makes
Ali.
A lot
she
more money
paid a lot of money for this
us to represent her. That's a
shout out.
We love her. I love her. I'm speaking for myself. I love her. You love her. We love her.
I do.
If you didn't, I'd be like, she's done specials pregnant, which is just
awesome,
fantastic. Like,
well, I've danced while pregnant.
I saw the YouTube videos. I searched Meredith Hopping because I was like, maybe the podcast will come up if I search your name. And then, of course, like there's your stand-up and some stuff, and then there's some dancing. I didn't click on them.
There's some dancing. There's also a breastfeeding rap I made in honor of World Breastfeeding Day. So maybe we
could explore some of those on a later episode. We talk about weird footage of us on the internet.
Yeah, because you've got some too that I found after searching your name in YouTube, thinking it would come up. You used to like almost a gamer girl, some sort of thing.
I don't know. Maybe it's time to
shout out to our producer Randy.
We love you, Randy. Oh, and the Mandalorian.
Really cool coffee mug he's letting me use.
It's from Star Wars, right, Meredith? The Star Wars universe.
I know some things about Star Wars.
I know some things.
Some people have said I resemble Carrie Fisher.
Princess Leia. I believe it.
A little bit.
I believe it. Today we're not talking about Carrie Fisher.
Or Star Wars.
Though it's a very close topic. Romance and anti-romance.
Yeah. Since we've experienced Valentine's Day at this point, what we talk about in this episode is either going to affirm you, make you feel worse, or make you feel better. That's the same thing.
Hopefully you laugh or something.
Try or both.
We didn't really, I didn't plan ahead of time, but we just know in general what we're going to talk about. And romance.
And we're also going to add in a Valentine's Day gift guide.
Apparently.
Because I'm just letting Kelsey know this right now. Here's something that is really remarkable and earth-shattering. You can give your significant other or partner or yourself or your best friend a gift at any time.
Anytime. Doesn't have to be a holiday.
It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day.
Doesn't have to be Valentine's Day.
You want to win some big points, go off of our gift guide.
Coming soon to an Instagram near you.
That's too late for this Valentine's Day. But if you get gifts for St. Patrick's Day, perhaps.
Easter.
Palm Sunday. Into hell. I can't figure out how to show my tattoo correctly on the screen.
Okay.
So your best Valentine's Day ever.
See, this is, again, what's tough. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to reference Valentine's Day.
But what is the most wonderful romantic gesture you have ever been either the receiver of
Sure.
or the sender of?
Or
The
giver?
deliverer?
Giver? Giver sounds bad. Or sounds weird. The
Giver.
giver of.
Giver? I barely know her.
Oh no. Well, my romantic history officially is short,
Okay.
like myself. My unofficial
So is
romantic
mine,
history.
like my ex-husband.
I was a bit more, shall we say, promiscuous in my collegiate years.
We
Though
can
I
say
did-
Fergalicious instead of promiscuous.
No, I will not be saying that.
I guess that's a little old for you, isn't it?
No.
Fergie.
Also, fun fact, Bowen loves Fergie. Well, he loves Black Eyed Peas. He loves Black Eyed Peas.
Fergie's hot.
I mean, yeah, love her.
Where is she these days?
I don't know.
Thought about that.
She's married to Josh Duhamel, I think. I'll need to fact check that. But, yeah, little promiscuous in college.
Like, what are we calling promiscuous? I don't know if I like that word. I don't know if I like that word in general.
That's fair.
I think it might be a problematic word.
I didn't
Like
date-
boyfriend or girlfriend.
Ding, ding, ding. Callback to the last episode. I don't know if we can use ding, ding, ding because they use that in Armchair Expert when they say something that they reference.
It did take you 3 episodes to.
I mentioned it in the beginning of the first one,
Oh,
the very beginning. I love Armchair Expert. So Meredith just doesn't understand how my brain works. No, she doesn't appreciate.
Are we supposed to understand how anyone's brain works? Fully? What mysteries are left? I'm big about mystery.
I don't know. Anyways, so promiscuous, whatever. Problematic term. I don't want to say I was a slut.
No,
Kind of.
you had experiences.
Oh, sure. Okay. Experiences. Yes. Plentiful.
Yes, she did.
But so I don't have like a lot of romantics in from college. Like there's a little, because I did have a boyfriend in college for a little bit. But probably any of my favorite things. First of all, I hate being like romantic. I'm just like, bleh.
Yeah.
Would be from Bowen, my husband.
Mm.
He's a sweetie. He likes to snuggle. I do not. So there's some give and take there in that arena.
Right. Yeah,
It's
we
just
were
all a
we were talking about
whirlwind
this
romance.
on our trip though, about the snuggling thing and sex and everything. Like, you're not a snuggler, but it is actually a healthy thing that you snuggle with your partner sometimes, even when you don't want to, because you know that is a need of theirs.
Right. I have to put a blanket over my ear sometimes when I lay on him because he breathes so loud. So I'll just be like, and I won't say anything. I'll just like grab my blanket and pull it over my ear. And he's like, am I breathing too loud already? And I'm like, yes, you're always breathing so loud. And he'll also like, when he gets close to my face, he'll like in my ear. And it's always like, ah! And I hear it for 10 years afterwards. And I have sensory issues, folks. But I just need to start wearing an earplug on that ear.
Yeah, you could have. They
But
have like Bose sleep
Yeah, when
earplugs.
I usually wear my AirPods when I sleep. Yeah, good fun.
So what's your favorite?
I'm gonna say my favorite gift he's gotten me that was surprising recently was he got me Taylor Swift's debut album on vinyl, which I'd been wanting.
I thought you were going to say your child, and I was going to puke.
Oh, ugh, no, definitely not the best gift he's ever given me. Love her dearly, but not the best gift I've ever been given by a man by a long shot. One of my favorite gifts ever from a boyfriend would be my one boyfriend, Brian, before Bowen. He got me a Bartlett for America.
You like bees, huh?
I do. Bees who are nerds, like who love Weird Al Yankovic. That's my sweet spot. But he got me a crew neck. It says Bartlett for America, which is a reference
Awesome.
to the West Wing. And I still have it. It's one of my favorite things. Yeah.
To you, Brian.
Bowen, I don't know. It's really, so I have a damaged inner child, right?
Well, I think everyone has a damaged inner child.
Mine is particularly grotesque. And,
well, it's always going to be damaged if you keep calling it grotesque.
Well, the damage that was done to me as a child was grotesque.
Oh, watch how you talk about your inner child.
I know, she's right here. But so a lot of what we've realized our life is him healing my inner child, and which means doing things for me, because I used to do a lot of things for everyone else as a child, and other, what comes after child? Preteen, teenage, adult years. So, but sometimes he likes to take a stand. And last night, I just wanted hot chocolate with milk. That's all I wanted.
Did he make it with water?
He did.
Oh,
and because he had made tea and it was right there.
That's
and I was like,
grounds for divorce.
I asked for, no, I actually didn't, because it was a real fight. So I didn't ask for a divorce. Whenever I asked for a divorce in front of my mom's like, Kelsey, Michelle. I'm like, what?
If I really wanted one, I'd just do it.
I also called my daughter an asshole in front of her, and she's like she didn't know you could say that. I'm like, can I tell you about something called doing whatever the fuck you want?
Oh, hey.
Including calling.
I think the best romantic gift she's ever gotten is the gift of no longer giving any Fs.
You can say fuck.
My mom's going to listen.
You said fuck in front of your parents this weekend. Last weekend, 2 weekends ago.
With what?
I don't know. When your dad picked us up, you did.
Oh, I was complaining about something.
Right.
Very personal.
I wasn't going to say what it was. I was just going to say that you did.
That's still different than saying it on air. On air. What are we? WKRP?
Who's on first?
No, but I don't know. That's one way I'm choosing to honor my mother who's dying.
One way I choose to honor my father who is dead is by using real words like an adult.
I love it.
We like to trauma complain. It's just because we've both had really traumatic lives, and a lot of it we didn't realize until we were adults. Like, right? Like, I feel like it doesn't set in, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and so it's all love. Kind of. Kind of. But okay, fine. Meredith will not say the F word in honor
of her dying
mother, and not Jesus. So,
I mean, Jesus loves us.
Is dead.
Jesus is not dead.
Is he not?
No.
Well, he got resurrected, I guess.
That's the whole point.
Depending on your belief system.
What? The whole point of the Christian faith is that he's not dead.
Well, okay, he did die at one point, and he did come back.
Right, but like Easter wouldn't exist if he didn't come back.
That's fair. Fine.
So
he died. Sorry. It's funnier if you just pretend he's dead.
Jesus is my Valentine. Do you remember? Like, oh my gosh. When there would be like Bible study leaders, and I'd be like, I just want a boyfriend. And they'd be like, maybe you'll get one once you accept that Jesus is your boyfriend.
Oh, that's so gross.
It's so gross.
That's so gross.
So
Shame
gross.
on you, people. That's so gross. So that's Meredith's most romantic Valentine's. Because when she found out Jesus was her boyfriend. If I get struck by lightning, then that's all the proof we need, right?
No, we're not going to get struck by lightning. And here's the thing. I definitely have a thing for John the Baptist. I don't have a thing for Jesus. That feels off limits. But like, who would your Bible boyfriend be?
Jonah.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, he's a bad boy.
Gonna get some in the whale.
I would 100% do it in a whale if I was trapped and it was a big enough whale and we're not going anywhere and I'm going to get spit back out again. I'll spit something else back out. You took it to having sex in a whale.
I did. I did. did.
There's a whole new meaning to pool. Oh, whale-related humor.
Oh, no. Yeah, John the
Humpback.
Baptist, though. You know John the Baptist was hot.
That's true. He does like hot,
Eating
like youth
locusts
pastor, like a hot
and-
youth pastor
No.
vibe. No, like a hot, nice youth pastor,
Like mountain man out there wearing animal skins and eating
Bear Grylls?
locusts. A little bit, probably.
like a Gordon Ramsay Bear Grylls crossover is what I'm picturing.
Yeah, I just know that I'd eat some locusts and honey with them.
Somehow way worse.
I'll let you honey my locusts.
Somehow so much worse than having sex in a whale. I don't know how, but I like how you were like, "Who's your Bible dude?" And I was like, Jonah.
Yeah, you knew. We
Second
know.
place, Moses, like young Moses.
Young Moses.
You could get it. I know he could get it. Like so wise, so above everything else, but like chill about it.
You know who I have no desire? No, Noah.
No, you don't have any desire. Oh no, yeah.
No.
I don't know, but he's a craftsman.
Mm,
I mean, to be fair, he kind of was a little bitch when God was like, "Hey, build me a boat."
right.
And he's like, "I don't want to do that." And he's like, "No,
Aren't
do
we
it."
all little bitches, though, sometimes?
Do you think I'm going to get canceled for calling Noah a little bitch?
No. Noah was like, no.
I mean, to be fair, that's true.
Fun fact about traumatic childhood things. My parents, for one, I was born legitimately without a soft palate, and I would have to go to speech therapy. And the worst part about it was this was the early 90s. And so we know so much more now about developmental therapy for children and different things. So speech therapy was literally just me with this other girl that had a lisp. And all we would do is have to read aloud, which I loved and excelled at.
Oh,
And nothing was being done because I already have I still have a nasally tinge, right, to my voice. But before I had surgery,
She snores a lot too.
I do snore a lot. Before I had surgery, I was almost you couldn't understand me
Oh, interesting.
because it was that
What a time to
nasally.
be alive.
And so, but I was like a speed reader. So this poor girl, I'd be like, is it my turn yet?
Oh my gosh.
Is it my turn yet?
Meredith without a soft palate bullying someone with a lisp.
Right. Yeah.
Was it a stutter or a lisp?
Huh?
Was it a stutter or a lisp?
I think it was a list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either
But-
way, not good. Not a good
So
look for you.
I'm using that. I don't think it works as an excuse to what I'm going to say, but I'm a very dramatic person.
What?
Headline. Earth shattering news.
Mind blown emoji. Anyways.
So I still do it. I would say no, but I would say no.
Oh.
And anytime I would do it, like if I was being sassy to my parents,
Sure.
right? They'd be like, you need to go clean your room. And I'd say no. And they'd say, built the ark.
I love that they sassed you back.
Right. But that's super dramatic.
Did your childhood home have a Noah's Ark themed bedroom?
No.
Mine did. Well, my grandparents did. And
That was their choice? That's what
So
got
it
it
was-
going in the bedroom?
no,
was-
not their bedroom. Not their bedroom. It was like a guest
Nothing
bedroom.
gets me going like the population of the earth being drowned.
I mean, I'd rev my engines, I guess, if I was weird. No, but it was like a guest bedroom where the bunk beds were. And it was inspired by Beanie Babies. And
Have you watched that documentary?
No.
You've got to watch the Beanie Baby. Everyone needs to watch the Beanie Baby documentary. It's amazing.
So she would buy 2 of every Beanie Baby to go in the Beanie Baby Noah's Ark room. And there was like a border that was in there and like a lamp, like a nightlight. I think I later broke. And like a tape player where she would play me Kenny G so I'd fall asleep because I couldn't sleep then either. And so now anytime I go listen to classical music because of falling asleep to Kenny G, like any instruments, I just fall asleep. Like at an orchestra.
Does Kenny fall into classical music?
No, for some reason, just like the like saxophone of it all.
I'll come and serenade you with my tenor sax.
Oh, I thought you were going to sing to me, and I was like, I'd rather you didn't. Not that Meredith doesn't have a lovely singing voice. I just don't think it's sleep soothing.
Oh, well, the kids disagree.
Funeral soothing, yes. Sleep, well, that's fair.
I sing "You Are My Gus Shine" to Gus every night, and I sing "Good Night, My Someone" to. I think I'm playing with a wire. Okay, thank you. That was Randy. That was the voice of God.
If Randy was God, we would be in good shape.
Yeah. I'd like to
Randy
think that Randy
is
a little, that God's maybe a little like Randy.
Just like ambivalent and just like do whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to tell you what to do. He literally earlier said, I'm not going to tell you what to do. So.
Well, I don't think God does either.
Like the show Miracle Workers, the season 1, where Steve Buscemi plays God. And he's just like,
I haven't seen this show.
Oh, it's just so funny. And Daniel Radcliffe's in it. And it's like, you can't see him as Harry Potter because he's just so good.
That's great.
I mean, it's fantastic. He's so good in it. But like, Daniel Radcliffe is like the sole person answering prayers because everyone else is like, no, we're not doing that anymore. And he's like just stares at a screen all day, like answering. But he like does like little things so that like when people lose their keys, they can like get a gust of wind that turns their head and they see their keys. Hilarious. And that's what he does. And it's like he does it for 4 hours. And like, so fun. Oh, it's so funny. But yeah, I think it'd be great if Randy was God.
I love that a Valentine's Day episode turned into Randy being God.
This is why us having a topic is almost a wash because
no, it's okay.
Almost.
I'll try and bring it back.
So Bowen, king of romantic gestures, in the sense that he's just very thoughtful and knows that I like to eat food. When I was working at the hospital in Columbia, he would send me hot box cookies.
Aww.
Except for
which
one,
are so good,
really delicious.
They're so good.
And one day we had gotten in a fight, or I was mad at him for something stupid, and I wasn't done being petty and mad, so he sent hot box cookies to the ER.
Aww.
And I gave him one to everyone else in the ER.
So that you could say you didn't eat a single one of his sorry cookies. Yeah, I completely understand
I didn't eat a single
line of thinking.
One. I too.
Speaking of your petty,
I can be very petty. Mostly in my heart. Rarely I act upon it, but being married has offered me the opportunity to be pretty petty.
That's not something we recommend in relationships.
But to be fair, we always own up to it like right after it happens. So yeah. I'm like, I'm being petty.
I do want to say that Valentine's Day has been redeemed a little bit for me in that my son was born on Valentine's Day. Gus.
We love Gus.
But then
it goes downhill.
It goes downhill because it was a C-section. And
if you don't know, that's where, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Look it up.
We've
both had C-sections. She's had 2 more than I have.
I've had 3. And
not that it's a contest,
it's
but
not so I'm laying there and my ex-husband asks the nurse to take a picture of him and Gus, and then he sends it out to everyone. And then we find out that he sent out a picture of my vagina. We can actually add a cropped of that to the show notes. I totally still have the picture on my phone. I love that
you still have it.
So yeah, a lot of people saw my vagina.
Like just no awareness of.
And it's kind of understandable because everyone's excited. There's a new baby. The nurse, I think, is the most to blame.
Right.
You take how many of these pictures and you don't see that there's a vagina right there?
I guess as a labor and delivery nurse, she's probably quite accustomed to that view.
And just doesn't think it's a big deal?
Whatever. But I had a thought and it was funny, but I forgot it.
No, thanks for telling us.
You're welcome. I thought maybe if I said it out loud, it would come back to me. But alas, it did not. But... but like I got it. What a way to commemorate the idea that once you give birth as a mother, it's nobody cares about you anymore.
Yeah, no, like
not
thanks
even your
for
vagina.
being the vessel.
Right? We don't need you anymore. So long, handmaiden.
Oh goodness, yeah.
Back to
we're
the
gonna
room.
we're gonna save birth for another episode once we've
we
increased
have
our
some stories.
viewership.
We have some stories, and they're pretty good. I don't know. Mine is pretty good. Traumatic, but funny.
My 3 are pretty good.
I guess I'll have to make one up about watching a cat being born or something, so I feel a little more special. I once watched April the giraffe give birth.
Well, Raja is born on my birthday.
Can
That's the elephant in St. Louis.
The elephant in the room is Meredith likes to be the center of attention. Bowen will, every time we go to the zoo, Bowen's like, I remember when Raja was born. They had a poll for it in the paper. And I'm like, that was a great story, Grandpa.
Right.
What's a newspaper?
I love it. I still have my Raja t-shirt from
He was really born in December on the 27th?
Yes.
What's my birthday?
Shoot.
I love doing this. I'll give you a hint. You were sick this year.
I
Last
know
year.
that I was sick.
She couldn't speak. She literally had no voice, which could have been a blessing if we would have seized the opportunity, but she was afraid she was going to die. Actually, COVID, probably.
Right? But it wasn't.
It wasn't
COVID. But
she just lost her voice. It was like a freak thing. Did you have any other symptoms?
I mean, my body felt awful.
But doesn't
Maybe
it always?
Was COVID. Doesn't it always?
Just carrying around
after you
such
get to a certain age. That's what Kelsey saw me at my parents'. I'm literally walking down my parents' stairs saying, I think I'm going to have to start taking some joint supplements.
And I was like, what are you, a golden retriever with hip dysplasia? And
I fell down the stairs.
Ugh, if 2 years isn't going to take your mom, that fall would have.
Oh,
she was
my
like,
goodness.
Meredith Joy.
It was so painful.
Yeah, she was not in a good... And then we went to the Dollar Tree. We went to Five Guys, and then we went to the Dollar Tree, and I didn't feel good because, I don't know, sometimes it happens. And Meredith was just like...
bent over in the Dollar Tree.
She didn't look well. She had peanut shells all over her coat. Very nice wool coat, and then Doc Martens and leggings, and her hair was just... capped because it's a mullet, as you can see.
Here's the thing. I've been trying to pare down my packing. And so I only brought one coat, which was a really dressy coat.
Very heavy.
And I only brought I didn't bring any tennis shoes.
Nope.
So the most casual shoe I had was a Doc Marten. I looked like someone who was abusing substances.
You did. Or like a character in a John Hughes movie.
The combination of everything was not good.
Wasn't the best. But I mean, it was okay. But then I just came around an aisle and Meredith just
hunched over.
I was like, are you looking for something? Can I help you get it? Because I know her back's hurting. And she's like, no, I'm just bending over. And that was just what was happening.
I will say that Dylan is...
We promise we'll never mention you again, Dylan.
That's not true. But he is amazingly romantic and also an introvert, which I never knew I needed. But I very much needed.
I know, going from being proposed to with a homemade song
to someone who
refuses to act in a commercial for free glasses because he doesn't want to be on camera.
Yeah.
It works.
It works a lot. But I love it because he does things like, let's go for the weekend to Nashville to see Phoebe Bridgers again, even though we just saw her last night.
Yeah, which is cute.
And so he's wonderful and no pressure on this Valentine's Day. Luckily, he doesn't have any since it's Gus's birthday.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nice. Like that's taken over what Valentine's Day is.
And that's okay.
I love holidays, right? And I love the liturgical calendar.
We love a theme.
I love that certain things are supposed to happen on certain days. I love liturgical colors.
Liturgical.
Liturgical. I love the order that it creates. And so I do think that Valentine's Day is a hallmark holiday, right? For consumerism and everything. But I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying it.
No.
Like I love wearing red and pink. I think
it reminds us to take time too.
Hopefully.
Or if you're good at taking time, it's just a fun day for you to take bets on when everyone's going to get divorced based on how long their Valentine's Day posts are.
Yeah.
I'm often wrong, but it's still fun.
It is fun. That's been hard with the introvert. Like, I love making like.
See, I don't.
Exclamations.
See, that you're an exception to the rule, I think, because.
Oh, you like my long posts?
Yeah, I do. I also make long posts.
Someone has said it. There's quite a few.
Everyone does. They're jealous, Meredith. They're jealous that they don't have
long posts.
They don't have a thought to string together between two sentences.
I've actually had a lot of male comics be quite annoyed with my long posts.
You don't keep scrolling. You don't have to
here's
read
the thing. It is true. I go from like some tweet about
you can't find your shapewear thong,
right, to this long thing about like the state of the world. And believing in goodness again. There's no middle ground.
Getting harangued by someone at the Dollar Tree about masks.
Oh,
and how it's a reflection of everything to like.
I can make anything into a light, like deep thoughts with Jackie Auntie.
No, it's true. It's possible. But I think you're the exception to the rule because
You don't get annoyed by my long posts.
I mean, they're easy to make fun of if that's what you're asking.
That's fine. I think,
but no, I don't get annoyed by them. I'm like, you're allowed to take up space. Because I also. But so
I do that, right? Like but I'm realizing like, oh, if that's not something that does anything for Dylan, then what am I doing it for?
Right. That's how I feel.
It's just really an interesting thing to think about.
Have you considered journaling those thoughts?
I do need to journal more.
It might help.
No, but it's just so interesting in this age of social media and romance and everything else. Because I dealt with this with relationships in between my divorce and Dylan. Mm-hmm. So much of our lives is on social media. So when you're in a relationship and no one wants to acknowledge you on social media or all this stuff, I think it's one thing when someone doesn't participate in that area, right? If someone's like not on social media at all this stuff, then whatever. Mm-hmm. But if I even had someone I was dating who was like, no, don't put any pictures of us together. Don't put any pictures of me with your kids. Like, ugh.
For those listening at home, that's what we like to call a red flag.
Yes, it is a red flag. It wouldn't be if that person wasn't conducting part of their life in social media, right?
Right.
But I think it's really interesting to navigate those things of what are my boundaries here and what does it look like to engage in life on social media. Because people will be like, oh, it's all fake, blah, 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 blah. But it's not because we're humans interacting.
Right.
And so it's a super interesting thing.
It's a long way to go to justify your social media usage.
It is.
But
I would not be on social media if not for stand-up, though.
Same. Like Facebook, for sure not if it weren't for stand-up still. But like Bowen is not a big on social media guy.
Yeah.
In fact, I was thinking the other day, I was like, if someone searched my Instagram, they might think that I was divorced or separated already because I don't talk about him a whole lot. Because like every once in a while I do, but it's mostly the girls or stand-up or life, but it's just one of those things that we talk about it enough person to person.
It's not an arena in which you interact.
Right. Yeah, because it's just like I could make a long-winded post about it, but I just don't feel the need. Like you said, I think it's a place of maturity too to like figure out, like you said, how does it serve you and how does it serve your partner?
Right.
You know?
And I think there's something to be said too, though, for like I do want other people to see how grateful I am for him.
Yeah, that's a good,
And so it's just
What are your thoughts, Randy?
On what?
There's
social media.
Oh, I'm not a social media person really at all. Comedy and podcasts, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
can't wait to pay someone to be my social media manager. It'll probably be Kelsey.
It'll probably be me. Because Lord knows that. No, I don't know. Lord doesn't know, apparently. Yeah, dude. Okay, so do Do you have any romance no-nos? Oh, no-nos? Or things things besides obviously getting proposed to on Valentine's Day after a Shakespearean tragedy?
Let's see. Romance no-nos.
Bowen does this thing where he like...
I do love flowers. I'm very I do love flowers.
And
this is going to be
me off. We're used to it.
I was gonna circle back to the go. You go.
She feels so sad now. It's okay.
You go.
I wouldn't have said anything if it wasn't okay. Anyways, but Bowen does this thing where like when he's going to hug me, he like goes like on my skin. He's like,
that makes me
like
no.
And he just does it and it just hurts. And I'm just like, no. I'm like, it's so. I'm like, can you just
hug me?
Like, can we go? Can we review? Person. I'm like, can you hold your breath when you're near me so I don't hear your breathing?
I will say
he has not done that.
Morning breath kisses. No. Johnny Beaner, who's a comic I've been very fortunate to feature for before, he's brilliant, but he has this amazing bit that I will butcher about his wife. And him kissing in the morning and him thinking like he's going to get some. And she says something to the effect of, how did you not notice the stampede of wild donkeys taking a shit in your mouth this morning? And when I heard that joke, I like had to leave the showroom because I was laughing so hard. I thought I was going to puke. And so in the morning, I'll be like donkeys. Like because Dylan was there and saw it. So I'm like, donkeys.
Donkeys. I like that.
Yeah.
It's really donkeys. Funny. Donkeys. No for me would be a flash mob. Remember those?
Oh yeah. Luckily, I think that's kind of gone out.
I had a moment where I thought they were coming back, and I was like, oh no, because like even watching them, like I don't love people coming into the audience for like audience participation. Mm-hmm. Stand-up comedy is a little bit of an exception. Although I would still hate it if I ever got called on by a comic. I'd just be like, but like anytime there's like dancing and I'm just like, no, there's a stage for a reason. We can already see you. I don't need you standing right next to me.
If we can find it, there's a Sound of Music flash mob someplace in Europe that is just, I love it. It's so good. And it makes you so happy.
I would probably be like, that's great.
I don't know how to explain it. We'll try to find it.
Okay.
But they're just those videos that like inspire you.
A flash mob is for me is like, and I'm working on a bit about this, but I don't mind saying it, is like adult men as flower bearers, ring flower with their little fanny. I'm like, you chose the middle child of some family who's probably never going to get married. And you gave him a moment to shine. And that's you don't want kids at your wedding, but you want that?
That's true.
Like, and I can't take it. Every time it happens, I'm like, nope. Like every video.
Yeah.
I'm just like, hate this. I hate it so much.
What is, if you had to describe your perfect romantic, it doesn't have to be Valentine's Day, but like perfect romantic date.
Ooh, I'm like April 23rd. Kid free, ideally.
Yeah.
When I didn't have to go.
Are there some people who want? I don't know.
Probably like Mormons. Like, we love him. No, they actually have really good boundaries of like date nights with their husband and wife stuff. Yeah. Probably like a sporting event of some sort. Really nice ass steak.
Yeah.
I wanted steak when we went to that restaurant in Bloomington. I wanted to buy a steak so bad. I was like, I do not have the overdraft coverage for this. And I was bummed, but I was like, I will soar high with the steak again one day. But
so for now I have a pretzel.
For now I have pretzels, but they were still good because It was either steak or something small, and so that's what I went with. And my mashed potatoes, of course. But yeah, so like a sporting event, a really nice steak, and I would not want to go back to my home. I'd want to like
go to a hotel
or like
an Airbnb.
Ideally, like I would love to go to my own tiny home
by yourself.
Yes.
I mean, self-romance and self-love
just like to be alone
is very important.
No, I'd be okay if Bowen came too. Like,
okay. to do his intended purpose, and then you'd make him go to another bedroom.
I actually have this really big desire, but the Airbnbs are really expensive right now to like go to a tiny home in the woods somewhere where I'd probably get murdered, but bring my dog and maybe my cat.
Yeah.
And then just hang out.
Personal retreats are really important.
I know. And I don't have enough, but I would love to do that. So if any of our future listeners have a tiny home in the woods with a nice bathtub.
I don't think you should just go to someone's house.
Oh, I wouldn't, but I probably would, honestly.
If this is how I go, this is how I go.
If I go in a giant ass tub with my dog and my cat, as long as the dog and cat are fine. Leave the animals untouched.
So that's your perfect.
You can murder me. Yeah, at the end I get murdered, apparently.
That kind of sounds like white women
of
today.
SVU. No, I would not like to be murdered. I would just like to survive.
You'd like to listen to a podcast about someone being murdered.
I don't like murder podcasts.
I don't either.
Everyone's like, we find out it's safe because you know what's gonna happen. I'm like, it freaks me the fuck out. I have bad anxiety. Like, I have anxiety. I'm like, apparently not bad enough anxiety if you can listen to murder podcasts.
Now are you gonna ask me mine?
Oh, I thought you would just jump in.
I know. I was trying to.
What's your ideal romantic date?
I think a concert.
Okay. That's a lot of standing for me, so that's why.
Well, it depends.
That's true. At Phoebe Bridgers, I literally laid down and took a nap. So
yeah, that was great.
It was the best. It was so much fun.
Like at a concert, I like the option to sit or stand.
Yeah. Do you like to sit in like a lawn or like chairs?
Chairs.
Yeah. I figured you'd
chairs
like
that have enough space
so that you can snuggle
and dance. I love dancing at shows.
I'm just picturing you being like in a crowd of people where no one else is dancing and you're just like,
oh, I do. I have no problem with
I believe it. Love that for you.
I love it.
So concert. Would you eat before or after the concert?
I think before.
And then also after?
And then also after. Some good late night nightcap.
Because I
do like fancy drinks.
You do love a fancy drink. What's your favorite fancy drink?
French 75.
Right, I did know that. Yes. I love a gimlet.
Ooh.
Shout out Haley and Joelle of yesterday's Bar and Grill in Pekin. They make a mean gimlet. Those are my best friends.
I feel like you really kept your shout outs to a minimum.
I tried.
This episode.
I tried. My brain was a little more honed in.
Yeah. And then I think like a hotel or an Airbnb and breakfast. I love breakfast.
Yeah.
Maybe just nice restaurants all day.
I would actually love it. I want to amend mine because I would like to go on a road trip to a place I've never been.
Yeah.
But also keep all the same things I said.
Uh-huh.
But like a really nice place with low humidity, preferably. Because fuck humidity, man. Yeah, like to road trip and then like just have time to
be.
And also, in this scenario, I would have a lot of money so I could go shopping while I'm there. Like hit the thrifts, but also hit the local.
I love antique stores.
Yeah,
thrift stores.
To be able to go buy expensive antique furniture, like some nice mod,
mid-century.
Mm-hmm. That'd do it.
So, it's time to say goodbye. And we want you to remember that the greatest love of all is.
What's that from? It's time to say. There's like a musical where they sing. It's
Sound
time
of Music.
Is it?
So long, farewell.
Full circle.
Auf Wiedersehen, adieu. Adieu.
Full circle.
Adieu. To you and you and you.
Yeah. Your
Nazis.
nephew dog. Ein, right? The
Sound
corgi?
of Music. Yeah,
I know, but I was
Ein.
thinking about how your brother has a corgi named Ein, which I think is so cute.
Ein can poop the size of an adult male.
To be fair, if someone named a child
Are
Ein,
corgis supposed to be able to do that?
I don't know their bowel situation, so I can't speak to that.
Big
that could be a fact check moment.
Anyways, we hope that you enjoyed your time with us.
And if not,
anyways, love yourself. It really does fix a lot.
love the one you're with.
And that's yourself always.
Yeah, but I'm saying in addition
the
to
only
loving,
relationship that you'll never. I'm trying to think of all that self-help
we just
stuff.
talked about romance, and I'm like, love the one you're with, and Meredith's like, no, that's not as important as loving yourself. She's right. It's not as important as loving yourself. If you don't
we
love
will
yourself,
leave it with what I tell my children every night.
Are you going to sing? You are. My
I'm not going to sing. Good night.
You know what I tell my kids every night? Go to sleep. I love you.
No.
I'll see you in the morning.
This is for all of you, Randy. You are brave. You are beautiful. You are beloved. And I adore you.
Just like Harry Styles. He has a song called Adore You. Anyways, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.